2, 3, 4, and 5. Two, three, four, 5. How it says before the vote in 1979, the most recent vote of no confidence in a British government was 1924, the longest interval in British parliamentary history, and 79 was the last one. It doesn't happen very often, huh? And then after the no confidence, somebody has to try to reform government. Like somebody has to try to be the prime minister again. And it depends who gets the support of the MPs. 1979 was lost by 1 vote. Well, I mean, that's that's a candidate for a redo. There's no recounts, are there, in the parliamentary votes? Last one? Yeah, that lost. Plenty of votes since then. Okay, so they've tried, but none that have passed. '97 in the UK was bad, something needed to change. Well, I mean, you say it's capital BAD bad, but it's still only lost by 1 vote. So... Was it bad because of the government? Back then people was as divided as US today. If you're Labour, you always vote Labour. I see. Wait. Did that mean people had to rebel for the no confidence to happen? At one point, the corporate tax was over 100. Corporate tax is over 100%, and raises were illegal. I mean, I support democratic socialism, but how does that even work? How do you tax? So you just like extracting money from the corporations. So that means you're deliberately killing the corporations. So if the corporation made $10 in profits, they have to pay over $10 in taxes. So you're literally killing the corporations. That is an interesting idea. I'm just not sure if the math actually works out. Although I'm assuming, I mean, given how things work, I'm assuming that there were loopholes that brought them underneath 100% tax. Like nominally 100% tax. Because you know, like the tax rate and the amount of tax that people actually pay is not quite the same. One, two, three. All right, so we're turning in. You know though, Harvard, the Americans now are like in the opposite situation, and there are people proposing a wealth tax, which if there's a wealth tax, then the effective income rate can be like over 100%. I was just trying to confirm that. It seems a little high. But I could have sworn someone told me that. I remember my dad never got raises, but instead got better company cars. Well, that's what would happen. Over 100%, unless there are like exemptions you can qualify for. Otherwise, the companies would just like decline in value over time. I guess you could do that short term. Like you can't do it sustained. It's not sustainable, of course. I guess like short term you can do it. And I was just like saying, a wealth tax is a different thing, but then it will be an effective tax rate of over 100% of your income is possible. But only if you, well, it depends, I guess. I think Elizabeth Warren is proposing a wealth tax of 2%. And if there was like a financial crisis, and in a particular year your investment income was less than 2%, then your taxation would cause you to lose money that year. Well, I mean, it didn't cause you, but it'll contribute towards you losing more money than you earned that year. I guess you can like fudge the numbers and say something sensational about taxes being more than 100% of income. Under very specific circumstances, though. But the Americans now is a different situation, I guess. Maybe it's a similar situation. But the inequality is a little bit out of hand. And possibly drastic measures are justified. Ah, crap. Harvard says tax? Okay, taxes on investment income was 98%, is that right? For over £20,000. I mean, £20,000 back then, top income tax rate was 83%. Were they printing money as well? Because for such high tax rates, and also high inflation, they must have been printing money, right? Because the taxes remove money from the economy, which means there shouldn't be inflation if you're removing money from the economy. Two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're almost there. We've almost finished wiring this link. Corporate tax wasn't 100, it was 40 to 50%. But it's now 17 to compare. I feel like 17 is a little too low, to be perfectly honest. But okay. 40 to 50 is somewhat high. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. But also, were there like a franking credits, or what do you call them? imputation credits, because if there weren't franking credits, then the corporations would have to pay their tax, and then you also pay tax on the investment income. So then, like, it's a double tax. Although that would be 98% of the 50%, so it still wouldn't be over 100%. One, two, three, four, five. Are there any explanations from what you're reading, however? Any explanations for why the taxes were so high? Like, what were they trying to do? Combined corporate tax in UK is 28% in the moment, 39% in the US. Okay, so combined, okay, right. That sounds reasonable. Although in the US there's a whole lot of loopholes that people can use to reduce their tax burdens, to the extent that some of these corporations are paying no taxes because of the loopholes. Ireland is 12.5, explaining why so many companies are there now. Yeah. That's a different issue though. That's like well, I mean, it's a whole other problem about tax havens. I mean, I think the fact that Google funnels its income to Ireland to dodge American taxes, like, I mean, that doesn't sound like it's working as intended. So we're looking at this. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oops. Should probably do the other side first. Two, three, four, five. Well, that actually fits. Amazing. 1, 2. But only if I do it that way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every single one of these is different. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the 70s, this was back when protectionism was a huge thing. I remember our economics lessons. Like, there were high tariffs protecting local industries. Subsidies? Were there a lot of subsidies, however? Subsidies and tariffs to, like, for the government to control which industries made money, pretty much, and which didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So like the government taxed everything, but then they would subsidize. So they just like more or less brute force redistributed people's earnings to whichever industries they thought were important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That actually lines up quite well, which I wasn't entirely expecting. That one and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Alright, we're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, we're just a little bit short. I might put it here. Yeah, no, I should put it here. Because there's no point putting a persistent there and then just going straight into there. Especially when there's a slope down. When I can more easily put the persistor on the flat bit here. Alright, so let's say I want to put it there. Put that back by 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3. Except that is way, 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 way too short. Put that there. That's a little too long. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, it's 5. 5 is a little too long. How should I fit this in? How should I fit that in? No. I don't really know what I'm doing. So if I put that 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's in the way there. No, the only way I dodge that is if I 2, 3. There's no good way to do this. I can't believe it. What if start further back? Wait, what if I start further back? 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me do that.